Did you know which is the wealthiest royal family in Europe today? The answer is the Liechtenstein family. Liechtenstein is situated between Switzerland and Austria, covering an area of just 160 square kilometers. This area is considerably larger than Monaco's mere 2 square kilometers. However, unlike Monaco, which is flat and boasts a perfect coastline, Liechtenstein is a landlocked country entirely located within the Alps, with mountainous terrain making transportation challenging. Visitors must go through Switzerland or Austria to get there. Unlike Monaco, which has a developed gambling industry, real estate sector, and tourism industry, Liechtenstein's main industries are postage stamps and finance. The Liechtenstein royal family is not as high profile as Monaco's. Instead, it resembles a fairy tale kingdom in the forest, straight out of a storybook. Despite Europe's tumultuous history filled with wars, Liechtenstein has managed to retain its independence to this day. Although the princes of Liechtenstein may not have been exceptionally ambitious, they have mastered the essential skills for survival. When it comes to wealth, the princes of Liechtenstein are experts. Under the diligent management of the previous prince, Franz II, and the current prince, Hans Adam II, not only has the royal family prospered, but the entire country has also entered a highly developed capitalist stage, with its per capita GDP ranking among the highest in the world. Today, we will talk about the story of the current prince, Hans Adam II, and Princess Marie. When Hans Adam was born, his family was not yet wealthy. His father spent most of his life leading the country out of agricultural poverty and instructed Hans Adam to study economics and finance at university to help develop the country. This approach was different from most European royal families, resembling more of running a country like a company. Although Hans Adam was also an art-loving young man, he followed his father's advice and eventually managed the country even better than his father did. Such a determined young man was equally decisive in matters of love. When he was 16, his mother invited her distant niece over, and that was when he first met the 21-year-old Marie. Hans Adam later said that upon meeting his beautiful, gracious, and gentle cousin, he was determined to marry her. Marie, on the other hand, felt that her background was not suitable for a future Prince of Liechtenstein, so she did not consider it a possibility. Marie's background was quite distinguished as well. She was born in Prague in 1940 into the Kinski family, a major noble house of the former Austrian Habsburg dynasty in Bohemia. The family was renowned for their patronage of Beethoven and owned a castle in Prague. However, the family rapidly declined with the outbreak of World War II. Their misfortune continued after the war, as the Czechoslovak government confiscated their castle, ordered them to pack within 2 hours, and sent the entire family to a concentration camp. Eventually, after hiding in the Bohemian forests for a month, the family fled to Bavaria, Germany, seeking refuge with noble relatives. Despite these hardships, Marie received a private education befitting a noblewoman, with the tuition covered by relatives, ensuring a high standard of education. Let's talk about Hans Adam again. After meeting Marie in his first year of high school, he couldn't stop thinking about her. Despite being underage, he began courting Marie. Hans Adam started by writing love letters to Marie incessantly, even though he knew she had a boyfriend. He then became good friends with Marie's brother, encouraging him to speak well of Hans Adam to Marie and her parents. Lastly, he went out of his way to win over Marie's father, promising that marrying him would bring Marie happiness. After several years of persistent effort, the family finally agreed. In 1965, when Hans Adam had just turned 20, the couple announced their engagement. However, both families agreed that Hans Adam was too young and still in university, making it unsuitable for them to marry immediately. Thus, the wedding date was postponed for 2 years. In 1967, at the age of 22, Hans Adam, still not graduating, was eager to marry 27-year-old Marie. After their marriage, he truly fulfilled his promise to Marie's father, remaining devoted to Marie without any scandals. The couple had 3 sons and 1 daughter. Liechtenstein is currently the only monarchy in Europe that strictly adheres to male-only succession. It is unclear whether this rule led them to have many children, or if because they had many children, with several boys among them, there was no reason to abolish this tradition. In any case, the family has many male members, and Hans Adam himself has several younger brothers. Liechtenstein has a total population of 38,000 people, so it's likely there are no tabloid journalists. Consequently, there are virtually no gossip or scandals about the royal family. Raising 4 children was a significant undertaking, and Marie dedicated her life to her family. Although she is a princess, the small size of Liechtenstein means there aren't many royal duties, so Marie's life was more akin to that of a wealthy socialite. Hans Adam, as the head of state with actual power, made considerable efforts to develop his country. Internationally, he worked to elevate Liechtenstein's status, successfully making it the 160th member of the United Nations in 1990. He also had a keen understanding of finance, leading the entire country to prosperity, while the family's wealth soared to over $2 billion. The family has a strong passion for art collection. In fact, a famous museum in Vienna is entirely composed of their collection, reportedly surpassing that of the British royal family in terms of art holdings. In the 1990s, Hans Adam purchased a highly significant piece of jewelry, the Kinski family tiara, and gave it to Marie as a gift. This tiara was originally a wedding gift from a Liechtenstein princess to her husband when she married into the Kinski family in the 19th century. Now, it witnessed the union of another couple from the two families, making it a profoundly meaningful gift. Marie's daughters-in-law and daughter wore this tiara at their weddings. The family's children largely followed their parents' tradition of marrying and having children early, giving Hans Adam and Marie a total of 15 grandchildren. However, the loving couple Hans Adam and Marie also had to face separation. In recent years, Marie's health had been deteriorating, and on August 18, 2021, after being hospitalized for 3 days following a stroke, Marie peacefully passed away at the age of 81, concluding her long and happy life. A lifetime can be very long, sharing half a century, yet it can also be very short, swiftly turning from youth to old age and then to eternity.